Welcome back. Many examples of water systems exist around the world. They consist of complex water landscapes that have been shaped and reshaped by human action into unique spatial, social, and cultural systems. Understanding historical developments and the interrelatedness of spatial circular practices, water governance, and everyday culture can help us develop a water awareness 2.0. It can help us find new ways of valuing water and not only developing new technological ways of distributing, channeling water, or defending against it. Perhaps one of the best places to understand the importance of thinking about water as a system is the Venice Lagoon. When thinking of Venice, most people will have the historical city of Venice in mind, the heart of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Yet, to understand the water system of Venice, we need to comprehend the complexity, layeredness, and interconnectedness of economic, political, social, and cultural systems in the lagoon. Let me give you some glimpses into this unique water system and invite you to dive deeper into a multitude of studies from many disciplines. The lagoon consists of 118 islands, including salt marshes that are flooded during high tide. The lagoon is rather shallow in most parts, but it also has deeper channels, including the ones needed to reach the port of Marghera. The waters thus contain a very unique ecosystem, including many forms of sea life. This unique ecosystem has facilitated fishing and shipping for centuries. The power of the Republic of Venice relied on its ships and its military and commercial networks. The extended shipbuilding facilities of the arsenal functioned in an assembly line fashion, allowing the Republic of Venice to control a large part of the world. This view by Braun-Hogenberg from 1572 shows Venice at the height of its power. It depicts the close interconnection between sea and land and between space, society, and culture. It is not surprising that Venice was represented as a queen and closely linked to the sea. The leaders of the Republic recognized the importance of water. Defending Venice relied on the difficulty of navigating between the sandbanks, and changing the seafloor was penalized. They also had laws to protect water quality for people and animals. Polluting the waters of the lagoon was punished heavily. Water in all its forms and with all its functions was thus legislated and controlled by the leadership of the Republic working in the palace of the Doge at the Piazza San Marco. Shipping and trade provided the necessary funds for the construction of the city on wooden foundations. The many palaces along the canals speak to the power of the leaders of Venice. Unique water spaces and practices also exist within the city and the building's courtyards. To name just one, Venice has a particular system of water wells designed to capture rainwater and clean it through multiple layers of sand, so that the Venetians can get fresh water. Each time the city flooded and water entered the wells, they had to be cleaned and refilled with fresh sand. Flooding has regularly occurred in Venice, and wooden walkways to facilitate circulations are rapidly set up if there are any threats of flooding from the so-called acqua alta or high water. Climate change-induced sea level rise results in more frequent flooding and higher sea levels. With the goal to defend against flooding, the Italian government initiated the construction of a mobile barrier system called MOSE in 2003. Based on estimates from that time, the floodgates can withstand up to 3 meters when they are raised. This large-scale system is part of a scalar change, which has also been visible in the enormous difference between the human-scale historical Venice and the giant cruise ships that passed through the city until recently, when the Italian government finally banned their passage in proximity of the historic center to prevent further harm to the fragile historic structures. Exploring the water system of the Venice Lagoon requires acknowledging modern industrial scales, such as that of the port, which today is larger than the historic city itself. Preserving Venice, imagining new ways to sustain the ecosystem of the lagoon, rethinking the economic system of port and city for and with Venetians is an important challenge. Taking a new look at buildings, infrastructures, social practices and cultures from the sea rather than from the land can help us develop sustainable practices. The Venice Lagoon is just one example of a complex water system of interrelated spaces, institutions and cultures. We now invite you to think with us about other water systems related to your own unique experiences, local culture and knowledge. So let's dip our toes in the water.